please lower your expectations. I'm not that good a speaker. I assume all of you are feeling a little bit cheated because you felt that you should have as your graduation speaker Oprah or a Nobel Prize winner or Coach K. Well, to be honest, I felt a little cheated myself with the selection this year. I am finishing up my term as chairman of the board, and after 4 years, I wanted to sit back and listen to somebody who would be far more interesting and far more enjoyable and far more inspiring than I'm going to be. So I feel a little cheated as well, but let me explain to you how the decision was made. I've made a few speeches in the outdoors over the years, and it seems that every time that happens, the sun shines. So Dick Broadhead said, why don't we take a chance because we don't want rain. So to some extent, the weather is due to the good luck that I have. Somebody up there likes me and when I give outdoor speeches. So I take a little credit for the weather. The second factor, really, is that there was a letter that came from James B. Duke, our founder, to Dick Broadhead not long ago, and saying to Dick Broadhead, the chairman of your board, to be honest, has done nothing over the last 4 years of any consequence. Make him do something before he retires as chairman of the board. Make him give the commencement speech. So that's how I was selected, I think. Some of you may wonder, what exactly does a board chair do? And how does one get to be a board chair? And I've wondered those questions myself many times. What does a board chair actually do? Well, let me tell you what the board chair actually does. Anything good that happens at the university, he takes credit for it. Anything that doesn't work well, he looks for somebody else to blame. Now, I got that technique from Washington, D.C., where I live. People always do that there. And think about what's happened over the 4 years as my chairmanship has gone forward. The university has really increased its status around the world. It was a very good university when you all entered here, far better university than when I was a student some 40-plus years ago. Today, and over the last 4 years, the university has gone from a great national university to a great international university. It is widely respected around the world, and you are all the beneficiaries of this because you now have a Duke degree, or you will shortly have a Duke degree. And think about this. The rest of your life, wherever you go, people will say to you, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? And where do you go to school? Where did you go to school? Where did you get your degree? And you'll always be able to say you went to Duke and take great pride in that. Now, as you go through life, you can change your name, you can change your looks, you can change your profession, you can change many things, but one thing you won't be able to change is where you went to school. You always will be a Duke graduate. And you should take great pride in that because there are 170,000 alums around the world who are eager to help you because there's a great spirit among Duke alums to help other Duke students and people make their way in the world. So always take great pride in the fact that you are a Duke graduate. And you should always feel that you earned this degree, you worked hard to get it, and you're now part of an elite group of people who benefit from having a Duke education. Now, the truth is, I really had nothing to do with the enhanced status. The enhanced status of the Duke degree over the last 4 years is due to many different people. It's due to the faculty, the administrators, it's due to you, it's due to the alumni, it's due to the parents, it's due to the donors, it's due to many different people. I honestly had very little, if anything, to do with it. But over the past 4 years, and really over the past 13 years, the great leader of this university, Dick Broadhead, has been the guiding force that made this university's degree worth so much more than before. In his honor, yesterday, the Board of Trustees decided to honor him and keep his name alive here at Duke after he retires as president of the university by renaming West Union the Richard H. Broadhead Center for Campus Life. Over the years, I've met many university presidents, and I have worked with many of them, but I have never met a university president who is as hardworking, as smart, as articulate as Dick Broadhead, and all of you are the beneficiaries of this extraordinarily talented person. The university will certainly miss him, And it is my honor to say on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it's a great pleasure to have worked with you, Dick, and I hope that you will, whatever you decide to do later, keep Duke in your mind and always return. You'll always have a willing and receptive audience back at Duke. We love what you've done at Duke. Thank you very much, Dick. Thank you. Now, Dick will be succeeded by a very talented individual as well, Vince Price, who is the provost of Penn. He has been the provost for 8 years and will do an extraordinary job, but he has very, very large shoes to fill. My shoes are much smaller to fill, and I will be succeeded by somebody far more talented, Jack Bovender. Jack Bovender is right there. Jack is the vice chairman of the board. Jack was the former CEO of HCA, the largest hospital company in America. He's also the person who led the search for the new president. And Jack, I have no doubt you do a terrific job leading the university. Congratulations on this position you're going to assume. Now, I asked earlier what a board chair does, and I told you it's designed to get credit for everything that goes well. But how do you become a board chair? Well, when I was sitting where you are some 40-plus years ago, I think it would be fair to say that my class would say the least likely person to become board chair at Duke ever was me. And I think Jack would say in his class probably the same thing. Nobody would have selected us, and in fact, had there been a bet, 1,000,000-to-1 odds would have been against my becoming board chair. So it was a fluke, and I would say to all of you who are not stars at Duke, or actually you're not even modestly successful at Duke, you too can wind up as board chair someday. So how did I do it? Well, it was a series of good luck. I had the good luck to hear about Duke University the day before applications were due. Somebody gave me an application form that he had. I didn't really know Duke. I couldn't afford a typewriter in those days. Typewriters are things that existed before computers. They kind of, were able to put your fingers to them and you kind of put words in it, and it was a unique device at the time, but honestly, I couldn't afford one. So I wrote out my application in longhand, and it was very illegible. And I think the Duke admissions officer, feeling sorry for me, accepted me. So I had the good luck to get accepted at Duke. I had the good luck to get a job at Duke, working in the library, and to get financial aid to enable me to come here. I had the good luck to go to law school and practice law and be told by people when I was practicing law, you're not a very good lawyer, get out of the practice of law. I had the good luck to work for somebody who was running for President of the United States, and he dropped out after 30 days, so I didn't have to worry about that campaign. I had the good luck to get involved with another person running for president, and he did win, and I work in the White House. I managed to get inflation to 19%. Nobody's done that since. But I had the good luck to lose the election with him, and so I had to go out and find a job again. And I had the good luck to practice law once again with people who also told me, you're not a very good lawyer, get out of the practice of law. And I did. I had the good luck to start a financial investment firm, and that financial investment firm, I had the good luck to pick people who actually knew something about investing, and the result is the firm did pretty well. And therefore, I had the good luck later to realize that making a lot of money, while it seemed pleasurable and interesting at the time, really wasn't as good a thing as I had once thought. Well, there's no doubt a great benefit to making money. I thought I had the good luck to realize that giving it away in a sensible, intelligent way was a much more meaningful way to lead my life. And so I had the good fortune to learn that before I was too old to do something about it. And I realized how important it was because I had the good luck to have a mother who told me this. When I was building my firm, she would never call me to say, well, congratulations on buying a new company, congratulations on selling a company to profit, congratulations on taking your own company public. She probably read about it, but she never actually said that was a great thing. When I started giving away money and doing things to give back to society, she started calling me all the time and said, you're actually doing something useful with your life. And so I had the good luck to have a mother who knew the real values of life, and that was one of the greatest lucks of my life. Now, one of the other great lucks of my life was that when I was at Duke, there was a math requirement, and I didn't want to take a math course. But fortunately, in those days, there was a course in logic, and that somehow fulfilled the math requirement. And so I took the course in logic. I don't know if any of you have the same dilemma, taking math courses. And in that logic course, I learned a lot about codes and how to decipher codes and use logic. And I want to tell you today what I've learned as a result of my course in logic, and I'm going to give to you today the code, what I call the Da Vinci Code of being a Duke graduate. Now, this is only for Duke graduates, so please, all of you who are not Duke graduates, do not listen to this part. This is only reserved for Duke graduates, or if you do listen, make sure you don't tell anybody. Let me tell you what it means. Now, we have used in basketball and football and other athletic events a phrase called "Go Duke." Some of you have heard of it. Now, sometimes it's said in conjunction with a reference to another school 8 miles to the south. And given the dignity of this event and the fact that the dean of the Vinci School is here, I won't mention what that phrase is, but can any of you remember what it is? Go to, right. Well, let me skip that part and just focus on what Go Duke really means. G actually stands for gratitude. Now today, it's very easy for all of you to say thank you to your parents, to your guardians, to your grandparents, to your siblings for helping you get through this time at Duke. But doing that today or tomorrow really doesn't punch the gratitude ticket. If you're going to get anywhere in life, you have to learn that you have to work with other people and express your appreciation. Nobody can do anything worthwhile by him or herself. Albert Einstein himself realized that you need other people to help you. And so as you go through life, remember, try to express appreciation to other people for helping you, and do it with humility. Humility will get you far more along the way of life than arrogance. Don't tell people how great you are. Nobody really wants to hear that. Tell people how great they are, and they will appreciate that. Remember what Ronald Reagan once said, there is no limit to what a human can accomplish if he or she is willing to share the credit with others. So remember, when you're doing things in life, express gratitude to others, and don't tell other people how great you are. Now, the O in Go Duke stands for originality. People who really accomplish something great in life do something original. They don't just follow what other people will do. As Duke graduates now, or about to be Duke graduates, you have the capacity, the mental ability, and other great qualities to be able to be original. Try to think outside of the box. Don't just do what somebody else tells you to do. The people that you admire, the graduates, the honorary degree recipients behind me, are all people who did something original. Try to think of something that somebody else hasn't done. Now, as Duke graduates, you can live a relatively nice life and go through life relatively easily, and people will always be impressed with the fact that you have a Duke degree. But if you really want to make a mark in the world, try to do something that is truly original. Now, D. Now, D, everybody thinks stands for Duke, but really not. It stands for difference. Try to make a difference in the world. All of us are on the face of this earth for, in the grand scheme of things, a nanosecond. Humans have been on the face of the earth for a few million years. We will be on the earth for 70, 80, 90, 100 years, maybe something slightly longer than that. But it's a nanosecond in the grand span of life. And you have a chance to go through life very comfortably, taking the path of least resistance and really not doing anything that makes a mark in the world. But if you want to make a mark in the world, do something that really is different. Try to make a difference. Try to give back to society. As Duke degree recipients, you have a responsibility, in my view, to make a difference in the world. So cherish this responsibility. Accept this responsibility. Be proud of this responsibility. You stand in the docket of history, and you can make history. But you have to be willing to make a difference and try, whatever you do, to make a difference in your society, your community, in your country. Try to make the world a slightly better place than you inherited. And then I think you will not only make everyone at Duke proud, but you'll make yourself proud for having made a difference. Now, U. What does U stand for? U stands for unrelenting. Unrelenting. It means taking no for an answer is not the acceptable way of proceeding. Don't accept no. When people will tell you you want to do something and it's different and it's creative, it's original, they will inevitably tell you no, because if it was so easy to be done, people would have done it before. So you're going to find many times in life that people will say to you, no, you can't do that. But you have to be unrelenting. If you have a great idea, pursue it. Bill Gates didn't take no for an answer when people told him personal computers really didn't have a future. Jeff Bezos didn't take no for an answer when people told him you can't sell anything over the internet. Steve Jobs didn't take no for an answer when people told him that smartphones would never work. Wendy Kopp didn't take no for an answer when she was told that Teach for America had no future. Barack Obama didn't take no when people told him an African American cannot be elected President of the United States. You should all agree that try to make a difference by being unrelenting, persist, persist, persist. And if you do so, I think you will make yourself a much happier individual and make a difference in the world. Knowledge. K stands for knowledge. It doesn't stand for Krzyzewski, though Mike Krzyzewski is a great person and deserves a lot of credit for standing up for the letter K. But the truth is, knowledge is something that's very important. All of you are about to get degrees. Some of you are going to get 2 degrees. Some of you may ultimately earn 3 degrees. Having a degree is just the beginning of knowledge. If you think by having a degree that you have knowledge, you are in very bad shape. Your brain is a muscle, and it has to be continuously exercised. And if you stop exercising it at the time you graduate, you will accomplish virtually nothing in life. It is hard to believe, but this is true. 30% of college graduates never read another book in their entire life. That's because these people think when they had a college degree, that's all they have to do. They don't have to do anything else to exercise their brain. The great pleasure of life is exercising this brain. So today, you can celebrate perhaps your degree. Maybe you don't have to read a book today, but try to keep reading, try to keep learning, exercising your brain. One of the great pleasures of my life is reading. I now try to read 100 books a year. And I think by doing that, I have made myself a much better person than when I graduated from Duke. And so all of you, remember, knowledge is essential. Continuous knowledge, and make sure you exercise your brain continuously. E. E is enjoyment. I've talked about all the hard things you have to do to get forward in life. But life is not designed so that it's just drudgery and hard work and pushing to get somewhere. You have to enjoy life. Surely God did not put us here to suffer. He put us here to enjoy life. And there's nothing better than enjoying life. As Thomas Jefferson called it, the pursuit of happiness. If you can pursue happiness without hurting yourself, without hurting others, nothing can be more pleasurable. You should enjoy life, but how do you enjoy life? Well, all of you are not going to do what you enjoy right away. It took me many years to figure out what I enjoyed in life. I was 37 before I started my company, so I spent many years doing things that I didn't really enjoy and wasn't very good at. Experiment, try many different things, but you have to enjoy what you're doing. Nobody ever won a Nobel Prize hating what they're doing. If you're going to accomplish something in life that's of note, you have to enjoy it. So experiment, find many different things that you ultimately think will make you enjoy life. And if you enjoy what you're doing, you can accomplish great things. Now, I was given a degree at Duke many years ago. In those days, the degree was handed out at Cameron Indoor Stadium. It was hot as hell, no air conditioning, and I really couldn't remember who the speaker was. I couldn't remember when he was speaking who he was. I can't remember a single thing he said. 50 years later, I don't remember what he said. I didn't remember what he said 50 minutes after he said it. I've tried to use a little mnemonic device so that you will remember what I said at least maybe 50 minutes. And Go Duke, it really stands for gratitude, originality, difference, unrelenting, knowledge, and enjoyment. Try to remember that. Those qualities are the Da Vinci Code of being a Duke graduate. Now, there is one other part of this I would like to have you remember. The first 3 letters of Go Duke are G-O-D. And it's my theory that God looks favorably upon Duke graduates. Now, I can't prove that. Nor can the Divinity School, but why would you want to take a chance that I'm wrong? So, in my view, all Duke graduates are God's new chosen people, and you should feel that you are specially selected, and you have a great deal of responsibility because God is looking down favorably upon you. Just think of the weather He gave for your graduation today. Now, of course, you can't just rely on God. As President Kennedy said in his famous inaugural address at the end of it, with a good conscience our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking His blessing and His help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own. So go forward. As you go forward, you can't depend only on God, but you can do the things that I've said, and if you express gratitude, if you're original, if you try to make a difference in the world, if you're unrelenting, if you pursue knowledge and you enjoy what you're doing, you can make a life that will make your parents proud, that will make your children proud, that will make Duke proud, and that will make you proud. And I encourage all of you to think about this, not just today, but tomorrow and then well into the future. Now, a final word. Today is Mother's Day. How many people here are mothers? Raise your hands or stand up if you're a mother. Please raise your hands or stand up if you're a mother. Okay. You have done a great service to humanity by bringing people onto the face of this earth and raising them well, and particularly if they're Duke graduates. Very important contribution to society. I had intended to have my mother come here to hear my speech today, because as I was finishing the term as chairman of the board, I told my mother to come. This would be the last time I'll be on this platform. And she said, okay, who is the commencement speaker? And I explained it, and she says, oh, I was hoping for Oprah. Sadly, a few weeks ago, she passed away. And she was not here to see me give this speech. But I've given it in her memory and in her honor, because I recognize that she taught me the value of giving back to society, and she was never so pleased as when I gave back to society. And I really want to rededicate my own life to giving back to society and giving back to our country. And one of the ways I plan to do so is to give back to something that I think is very important to our country, and that is Duke. I think Duke is an important national treasure, and those of us who can support Duke and give your time, your energy, your ideas are doing something that I think really helps our country and really helps humanity, because I think if Duke does well, the United States does well, indeed the whole world does well. So that's what I intend to do to honor my mother, and I hope all of you who have mothers and are blessed to be able to have them with you today, cherish them. And those of you whose mothers are not here today, I hope you call them. It's a rare privilege to be able to call your mother. It's a privilege I no longer have. But I hope all of you who also no longer have that privilege will do things to honor your mother and to live a life that makes your mother proud of what you're doing. Thank you. Godspeed. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.